Hey, what is going on, peoples? Repel here, and I am back from the dead. That's right, I am back from the dead so that I can play some more Wi-Fi battles for you. I'm sorry, honestly, I haven't uploaded anything on my channel for like over a month now, but that does not mean this channel is completely gone. No, I am back. So here I am with opponent Edmund, and I know that Pokemon Bank did come out, and I actually did transfer all of my Pokemon from Oras to Sun and Moon. But even after doing that, honestly, I just prefer playing with my Alola bred Pokemon, especially with my Mudsdale and Lycanroc. There's just something about Alola Pokemon, you know what? It's so fun to use them. And it's just a joy to be back. So remember to stick by and watch more, honestly. My opponent is going to lead off with the Exeggutor while I lead off with the Pangoro. I'm like, alright, that's pretty good. You know, I can just go for that super effective crunch. However, is it super effective? No, of course not, because this Exeggutor is not Kanto anymore. He's not Psychic. So that was kind of a misinterpretation of me. I don't know why I thought an Alola Exeggutor is still Psychic. That's just how incredibly rusty I am. But because I am actually choice banded, it's an easy 2 KO, and honestly I can't blame my opponent simply because he doesn't have any resistance to dark. Sends out the Turtonator now. These things are like crazy, okay? They can go for like Will-O-Wisp or even just any fire attack. Expecting maybe any of those, I actually went to my Alomomola. However, he actually goes for a Shell Smash. That's even more terrifying because now all of his stats, except for his defenses, are boosted. So that's really scary. I don't know what he'll do. But turns out I'm actually just going for Toxic. I completely miss, and he will actually go for that Dragon Tail, which is a really smart move on him because I know for a fact I could probably tank some of his physical attacks. So he probably just wants me to leave immediately. So it sends out my Lycanroc. Keep in mind I did not send out my Lycanroc. It's just dragged because he did go for a Dragon Tail. Of course my Stone Edge misses. So yeah, I got Toxic and Stone Edge that missed twice in a row. How sweet is that? Mudsdale is dragged out. I'm thinking, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay in. I don't care what he'll do. If he wants to go for a Will-O-Wisp, then be my guest. But he has Shell Trap. That's a really cool move. I love seeing new moves, but I'm just gonna go for the obvious Earthquake, and that would completely wreck Turtonator. That is just the sheer power of Mudsdale. Like, no joke. I don't care if Mudsdale is kind of like weird looking. To be honest, I think Mudsdale looks pretty awesome. But aside from that, he hits so fucking hard. I know for a fact Vikavolt can learn Energy Ball, so I'm a little bit paranoid. Just to be extra safe, I'm going to go into my Torkoal expecting the Energy Ball. But as you guys can see, my opponent actually just goes for an Iron Defense, which is honestly a really awesome move on Vikavolt because Vikavolt already has such high special attack and defense. So now that he has Iron Defense, he is one nasty motherfucker. I went for the Solar Beam because my opponent does have the Lycanroc and the Alola Golem. So I thought he would send out either of those, but he doesn't. So yeah, that's kind of a poor over-prediction on my part. I have to kind of switch out now and just go into my Bone Apple Tea, my Pangoro. And I'm going to go for that Parting Shot because that will actually lower this Vikavolt's disgustingly high special attack. And here I'm doing a lot of switches, to be honest, as I should, because honestly we don't have any hazards on the field. Really hoping he'd go for Thunderbolt, but my opponent is smarter than that. He'll just go for Bug Buzz. And you know, I still take it. I don't take it that well, but you know, I'll still take it all right. Let's go for a Charge, which will also boost his electric attacks and special defense. I know I can't go for Earthquake because he does have fucking Levitate. However, I still have Rock Slide. But thanks to his Iron Defense, it doesn't quite kill. So one more attack from him might actually kill me. So hopefully I can take one of his attacks and I just take it with a sliver of HP and I will hopefully land my Rock Slide. My Rock Slide does connect and it is just enough to finish off Vikavolt. So there we have it. That was a little bit annoying, but hey, nonetheless, Vikavolt is pretty fucking awesome, honestly. And with Life Orb, I am dying, like literally dead. So anything can revenge kill me, including this Espeon. The fact that my opponent has the Espeon is why I have not really set up any hazards. As you guys know, I do have Msquerain that has sticky webs and my Lycanroc that has stealth rocks. However, I'm completely unable to use any of my hazards because of this Espeon and because of his magic bounce. I have 5 Pokemon, my opponent has 3 Pokemon, but that does not mean this battle is far from over. No sir, it does not. Now I went for the obvious Lava Plume. Now keep in mind my Torkoal is actually Assault Vested, so I probably could have taken 1 Psychic. But my opponent switches out. And I thought maybe he'd actually just go for Stealth Rocks, but you know, I did reveal earlier that I do have Solar Beam on this Torkoal, so yeah, my opponent took care of my Torkoal really quickly. That's okay though, I'm actually going to go into Pangoro, and my opponent actually stays in. He probably actually went for the Stealth Rocks this turn, hoping that he would outspeed me and just finish and just let him die. But I have that priority Bullet Punch, which is really sweet, and back out to the Espeon. And we know for a fact Espeon has Dazzling Gleam, which is super effective. It's 4 times effective to Pangoro. So I'm like, no thanks. I don't want to get hit by Dazzling Gleam. I'm gonna go into my Alomomola. My Alomomola is actually physically defensive, not specially defensive. So I take that Dazzling Gleam alright, but I don't think I can take Psychics as well. But I don't really have much of a choice. He actually switches out here. I'm like, oh, cool. So that gives me a free turn to actually go for that Wish, which is really sweet. Now, Alola Golem is Rock, but it is also Electric type. So I'm not a huge fan of electric attacks, obviously. However, neither is he a fan of water attacks. So I actually just stayed in. He actually goes for a Charge. So again, we see another Charge Pokemon. My opponent really loves setting up. You know, he has that Swords Dance on Exeggutor, and now he has Charge on this Golem, which works really well because his special defense was risen. But honestly, that's not the point. I just wanted to burn this thing. I got my 1-turn burn, which is really freaking sweet. So now we know that this Golem is burned. I'm thinking, alright, he probably can't do that much to me. I don't care how super effective his attacks are, and I don't care if he went for a Charge. To be honest, I don't think his electric attacks will just do that much. I actually just went for Protect here because I do want to grab more residual damage and just scout his entire move pool. So he will go over his burned Thunder Punch, but keep in mind, I am freaking Alomomola. I'm a beast. But he gets that 1-turn paralysis, and I get Parahacks in the following turn. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. That was ridiculous. But anyways, yeah, this Golem is now only sitting around like half HP, so that's really sweet. And I honestly didn't really do that much. He goes for another Charge. Again, it boosts not only his special defense, but his following electric attack will do quite a lot, thanks to Charge. But knowing me, I am one overconfident son of a bitch. I'm actually gonna just stay in with my Alomomola, and hopefully I can still take his next electric attack. So he does go for Thunder Punch. Keep in mind he did go for Charge, so that'll sting a little, but it still doesn't do half. So I'm like, ah, that's not too bad. And with Scald, it'll just nearly take him out. So Charge is actually a really awesome move with Golem, but luckily for me, I actually got a very early burn, so that was pretty sweet. I'm just gonna stay in and absorb 1 more Thunder Punch. Hopefully I don't get Parahacks, and I don't get Parahacks, like thank God. And I will finish off this Golem. So there you go. Golem finally goes down. And my opponent has 1 last Pokemon left, however this battle is far from over. Simply because that Pokemon is Espeon. And if you guys haven't caught on, my opponent really loves sweeping. Really loves setting up. And yes, this Espeon has freaking Calm Mind, so my Scalds will do absolutely nothing to this Espeon now. And I can't go for a Toxic either because he has Magic Bounce. Not that it matters, I get Parahacks again. So things are not looking too good for me. It's looking very unfavorable, and I have to switch out now because I don't want my opponent to go for 6 Calm Minds and sweep my whole goddamn team. So I'm gonna go to Msquerain, hoping that he would not go for attack. And he actually just goes for Calm Mind. I'm like, cool. So he goes for a second Calm Mind instead of an attack, which is great. Now the next turn, this Espeon will still outspeed me and hit me up with a very powerful Psychic or Psyshock. However, I do have Focus Sash on my Msquerain, so I will actually live with 1 HP, and I will retaliate back with a very powerful and super effective Bug Buzz. Keep in mind, he did go for Calm Mind, his defenses were boosted, but the Bug Buzz still does over half. And honestly, I'm so proud of my Msquerain. Msquerain, you didn't put up sticky webs, but hey, you put a huge hole into that Espeon. You hurt that Espeon just enough so that I can hopefully revenge kill with, yes, my bullet punching Pangoro. And with that bullet punch, it is just enough to take care of that Espeon. It was really a fun match, and I'm so glad to be back in this competitive field after, you know, being gone for so long. So thank you all of my viewers for sticking by and watching this battle. I will definitely upload more battles, so please stick tuned for more, and I'll definitely see you guys. See you. Have an awesome day.